After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 258. It is Monday, May 8th, 2017. And we're glad to be here. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I am Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy. Let me know how you like the camera setup. First of all, we're going to try to do this all in one take. So we'll see how that goes. Got into new batteries, new SD, for those of you who care about the technical end of things.
Don't care.
And also, I got some new lenses to try to see how that will make the image look. So let me know how you like the view as well. You might not notice much of a difference, or you might say, yes, this is incredibly different. Keep it or don't keep it.
Right.
So
It is chilly here today. It hasn't quite decided if it wants to let go of winter or if it wants to skip summer altogether and go into fall. It's only about 55 or 56 degrees outside. So we are chilly and we're having our tea. And that might be a reason why we might stop a little bit to get more tea.
right, that might be the only reason. How do you enjoy your tea? What is your tea?
Well, I was going to say that before I was so rudely interrupted. This is...
I was trying to beat you to it, and the last couple times you beat me to it.
This is my Team Owl mug. See my little York the owl on the front? That's actually Talia's little owl on the front.
Yeah.
And my Team Owl that Davina gave me for Christmas last year. Not this year, last year, I think.
Is he?
Okay, apparently that card didn't want to work.
Which is weird because it's brand new. I'm going to mess with that card.
Yeah, I already said my chai tea. What are you drinking?
I am drinking. This is a brand new tea to me from Plum Deluxe. Plum Deluxe tea, Meadow Walk Herbal Tea, which is green rooibos tea, lavender, rosemary, blueberries, raspberry leaves, rose hips, hibiscus, cranberries, blue cornflowers, blueberry essence, love and gratitude, no caffeine. That's right, I don't have to go quite as far up. There we
Cool.
go. Because this
Very
lens
nice.
is a little farther.
Okay.
Let me take a sip. I haven't taken a sip
Oh, you
yet.
haven't taken a sip yet.
Because I literally have not tried this tea yet. So, let me...
And she does mean literally.
Yes, when I say literally, I mean literally.
Literally.
Literally. I think blueberry might be the strongest here.
Smells good.
It does. That's pretty good.
Definitely blueberry. Something else in there, though. Lavender, I think it is.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Go ahead and say it.
Very strong lavender in there. I can still taste the lavender.
Well, now that you mention it, so can I even.
Yeah.
Yeah, lavender and blueberry are the strongest there.
Yeah. Okay, so we want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the PHN Woman Cave. Fun in the Woman Cave.
Fun Woman Cave.
Fun Woman Cave. If you are new, we thank you for joining us again. And if you are new...
If you're new, thanks so much for joining us again, new person.
I was falling asleep in adoration today, so I'm not quite awake.
Because that's what new means when you come again.
That's the dictionary according to the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you're new...
Because we're in Bizarro land.
Yes. If you are new, we are glad you found us. We hope you will come back because you found something that you enjoy watching. We'd love to have you back again. If you are returning, yay. We're glad that you are back. We always love to see old faces and new faces, so it's, awesome.
I'm just sitting here thinking of the old Justice League cartoon where Lex Luthor looks at Bizarro and he's just like, Luthor is your worst enemy. Yes, Luthor's my worst enemy. He's like all happy about it because he's actually saying he's his best friend.
Okay.
because everything's
bizarre.
opposite of bizarre.
Right. Okay, on that really weird note.
That wasn't a weird note. There was context.
Anyway, if you're new, we're glad to have you here. If you are returning, we're glad to have you back. If you are in the shadows, please feel free to join the Ravelry group officially so that you can be eligible for the prizes and the giveaways and all that kind of stuff, the alongs. You can always, take part in the alongs, but you won't be able to win anything unless you're part of the group.
On Ravelry.
Yeah,
subscribe on YouTube. Lets you keep track of our podcast, but really doesn't give you any...
And helps other people to find us.
Yeah.
If you haven't subscribed on YouTube and you'd like to, there's a button on your left.
Yes.
So it's a little red button. If you want to do that, that would be great. We like seeing that number go up. That's fun.
Yes, it is.
Okay. We do have some official members. We have Junk It Up, who is Michelle. Welcome, Michelle.
Welcome.
Angelic Embers, who is Nicole. Welcome, Nicole.
Angelic Embers?
Okay. Pink XO, who is Jenny. Welcome, Jenny.
Welcome. Pink hug and kisses.
Yes. I think she likes pink. Maybe. Robinia? Robinia? Yeah, I don't know what the name is. It might be Robin. It might be Robinia. I don't know. But we welcome you. And Hooked for Life, we met Tania at Maryland Sheep World this weekend.
Okay.
Tania, you made me do a double take because when you signed on, your name was not Hooked for Life. It was something else. So I thought we got another person afterward. But welcome, Tania. She's a pistol.
Oh my gosh, yes, she is.
We're glad that she came and joined us. Welcome, Tania. So welcome all our new and returning viewers. We're glad that you're here. About the 5-year PHN Fun Podiversary, I did leave a message in the group. We are going to be closing all the 5-year Podiversary giveaway threads after this podcast sometime today. So sometime between now and when I go to bed, okay, around 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Okay, so it'll all be closed down, and I will draw for winners for the next week's podcast. Okay, so if you want any of those really fantastic prizes, you might want to see what, get your name in so before they close, because once we lock it, you can't put your name in.
Right.
Okay, we have a knitting needle set, we have a Tunisian hook set, a Cascade yarn bundle that I just found the rest of it. So this Cascade bundle is ginormous.
Ginormous.
And then we have a Happy Feet bundle, and we have from Laura Smoot. She has a set of 5 patterns. I just realized that's 1 pattern for each year.
That's exciting. Ouch! I poked myself.
Her Game of Thrones ebook, which is amazing. And let's see, we have a skein of.
I wonder if she planned it that way and we just didn't register it.
Well, no, it's an ebook.
No, but I wonder if she's like, hey, this is my one with 5 patterns.
Oh, maybe. It could be. She's smart, so maybe. And then there's a skein of my Fun in the Woman Cave colorway, sport weight yarn that was in the kit. And we have this really cute little sheepy wedge bag from Mama C, who is Christina. Okay, and that's Mama C's creation. And while I am thinking about Mama C, the winner of the Mama C bag, I don't think she's seen the podcast yet. So if that person does not contact us by the next podcast, we will be putting that into the cardiac along, right? Because it's not going to just sit there. It's too pretty a prize. So please, whoever you were, I know who you were, but I can't say it again because you won't have to watch the podcast to win, right? Well, maybe I will say it.
Yeah, go ahead and say it.
It's stitched by Mimi. Sandy,
you really need to contact us.
You really need to contact us between now and May 15th. So you can claim your prize because you don't want to miss it.
You might want to write her name down again.
So I know she's been kind of busy and she's behind on our podcast. She said so. So she might not have seen it. She did win that beautiful, it's the same fabric of the bag that Christina gave to me. And it's a little drawstring bag. It's adorable. So please do contact us. Okay. Now, the Yarn Night Cappy podcast is having a Cal to help fight depression and to support ourselves, okay? This is her wording. It started January 1st and will go to December 31st. Anything you make for you that makes you feel joy counts. Double dipping is encouraged and expected. Please use hashtag 123 Cal. That's a KALCAL as a hashtag, okay? The Comforting Crafts Angel Hat Cal, that's B-Wing of Comforting Crafts Group. Yes. The B-Wing. Brittany. She started out as the Angel Hat by KF Jones, and that's still accepted.
Yes.
But she's opened it up to any hat, okay? And if you feel like you are called to give those hats to Brittany, that's awesome, but you don't have to. Okay, and it can be, any hats, any, adult on down, right?
Yes.
Okay, any size.
Yeah, I don't think she specifies.
And there are prizes, or at least 2 prizes in that group. So you might want to consider joining her group and, taking part in that, 'cause it's a lot of fun. I need to put some pictures in there. But,
I've only finished 1 hat.
Oh, with Cappy's group, you have to be a part of her group as well. Okay?
You mean you just can't randomly post?
No, you just can't randomly post.
Aww.
Darn. Okay. Packing Knits. Heidi from the Packing Knits Design Podcast is still having her 2nd annual Bright as the Sun Cal, and that basically is, has to deal with like summer and sunshine and all that kind of stuff. The rules are in her group. They're very similar to our...
Is it summer and sunshine, like in rainbows and,
yes, and
unicorns?
The rules are in her group. They're very similar to our rules, but check them out. I believe that if you do finished objects in her yarn, because she does sell yarn on Etsy shop, if you do a finished object in her yarn, I believe you get 2 chances at a prize. But check out her rules. It's the Packing Knits Designs podcast. All right, let me see here. And she does allow double dipping. It's March 1st through July 1st. Now, the other Heidi from our group, Undead Yarn, Nitty Girl. Hi, Heidi.
Hi, Heidi.
We missed you this weekend.
Yes, we did. Although, thank you for sending Jeanette our way.
Yes, oh, we had a wonderful time with Jeanette and Tania together.
Yes, because they both came our way
they
because
came
of
together. Yes, and we had a wonderful time. So, I better put Jeanette.
I guess Tania's already going to get tagged.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry for all the sniffling, guys. My allergies are a little bit better today, but I'm still sniffly.
Heidi has the Undead Yarn. She has the DAL, Designer Along. And last month and this month is Laura Smoot. Yay, Laura Smoot.
Yay.
Who we also saw at Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Yes, we did.
Which was great. She's amazing. The Cal is for her designs this time. She has shawls, she has hats, she has mitts. I don't know if she has any garments. I don't think she does in terms of sweaters and things, but she has some lovely shawls and some really beautiful like mitts and cowls and hats.
Heidi posted a hat of hers.
I have that hat pattern. It's the wind swept, I think it's called.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I went ahead and picked it up because I really liked it, and then I couldn't find the post to thank Heidi for posting it.
I picked it up at the beginning. I just got sidetracked by the shawl I'm doing.
Yeah, I really like that hat.
Mm-hmm. As soon as I get one of my needles, I'm going to cast that one on because it looks really pretty.
That's what I said too.
So anyway, you have to be part of Heidi's group to take part in that. She has prizes, and Laura Smooth's got wonderful designs, so yeah, it's a win-win.
Yes, it is.
Okay. The other Cal is the Harry Potter Cal, which is Maureen from Victoria's Studio, and that's an entire year-long Cal, anything Harry Potter related. So it can be a pattern, it can be the yarn, it can be the colorway, anything like that. If you can make it so it's Harry Potter related, she'll accept it. She accepts owls, not just Hedwig. She accepts owls. So, she's pretty generous with her acceptances of things. So it looks like a fun Cal, and I have to finish my owl so I can put it in there. It's very, very fun. Because I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, but I do like owls, so I can do that. And you have some Harry Potter yarn.
Yes, I just haven't cast on the socks with it yet. I have to finish the Plum Deluxe socks first.
Okay, now, and I keep forgetting to mention the, what's it called? The Stash Busters Stash Reduction. I'm sorry, Sheila and Debbie, I forget. Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie, and Blue Yarn Always, who is Sheila, their group is the Never Cast Off podcast, and they are having a stash busting Cal, but it's got a twist to it, and they're doing it with Bonita Story. And what happens is, if you gain yarn, like if you went to Maryland Sheep and Wool like we did, and you bought a bunch of stuff, your numbers go up. But if you make a huge blanket, or if you
so it's like a weight loss,
it goes down. It's kind of like a Weight Watchers type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun, and if you think you might be interested in that, it might help you stash bust and keep track of what you have. Check out their podcast. It's a fun podcast, regardless of whether or not you want to do the Cal. We really enjoy it, and they've both been very generous with prize donations to our podcast.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, very, very sweet. We'll talk about them later in the Autism Awareness. Okay, do you have anything to say before we go to Autism Awareness?
The fun Cal. Started up by y'all was the Fun Cal. That's for Fun the Chameleon, the kit that recently came out. Those of you who bought the kits decided that you wanted a Cal, or actually I guess it's a cowl because it's only crochet.
Yep.
One person's already completed their fun. Sue, yes.
Yay, Sue. And another one's got. Well, I guess technically she hasn't completed, but she kind of sort of has because she has half of them.
Oh, okay.
Only she has 2 back ends, so it's like a headless horse, 2 bottoms.
So, I had been asked when the pattern was going to become available to everybody. I hadn't made up my mind, but with this fun cowl, I think I'm going to put it out a little bit sooner than I was going to originally, so that way more people can take part in the fun. So
I may dye up some different yarn for that too.
Fun will be available for general sale around May 15th. I should be off. Well, I am off May 15th because we're podcasting that day. So the plan is to release Fun that day. After the podcast, so more people can join in that cowl.
Right. That sounds good. Okay.
So.
And I may or may not have some more yarn out for that because I have a couple of things in the works that I can't talk about right now because it isn't general knowledge yet in terms of my dyeing.
Well, those of you who don't have the kit, just use the yarn that you want.
Right. Or if you see something, I'm going to try to put something out. I don't guarantee it because, like I said, there's something. It'll be a very tight schedule, but there may come things up that are
Come things up.
Yes, I noticed that immediately. Some things may come up, and you can ask Laura when I was talking to her at Laura Concert, when I was talking to her at the podcaster meetup. My words still, I do this all the time. It's not just on the podcast.
Oh, Jeanette, Jeanette was talking about how she was tired, and I was like, yeah, I'm tired, but I was trying to say like I wasn't as tired as I expected to be, but I couldn't. I tried like 5 times and I couldn't say it, and she was like, my tired brain understands what your tired brain is trying to say.
She is such a sweetheart. She really is. If you don't watch Bookish Stitcher, you need to. She is one of the sweetest people I have ever met.
Yes.
She's just sweet. She makes you want to hug her. She's just sweet. And so, Heidi, that was a real plus, you sending her to us, because I didn't know she was going to be there, so I didn't know to look for her.
Right.
And
actually, I didn't recognize her at first.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't either. I didn't realize how blonde she is. She's really blonde, and she it doesn't come across on the camera. She's she's very sweet. The other person we saw was Amy, and that was a Stockinette Zombies.
Yeah, didn't expect to see her
Didn't expect to see Amy, and it was really, that was neat to see her, and I forget what her friend's name was. She was really sweet. I felt bad.
Her friend was very quiet.
Yes, I kept trying to drag her in. I think she was probably glad when I went away. Left her alone. Because I didn't want her standing there on the edges, and Megan, we wish that you had been there too, but hopefully you got the hugs we sent via Amy.
Yes.
Megan, okay. Moving on to autism awareness. Okay, the autism awareness cowl is going very strongly. We're very excited to see all the really neat projects and all the chatter.
Did you break your show notes?
My show notes. All the chatter and all the support. And you guys are just amazing. And I don't know why my...
Hold on, let me... Okay. You don't want full screen. There we go.
Why, okay, what was I saying? Oh, the chatter and support and all that kind of stuff is really amazing. You guys are awesome because we can't keep up. I try to keep up, so you'll see this big block of my Ravatar because I'm answering people when I can. But it's amazing, all the projects. I just love them. And it started on April 1st and goes to June 30th. And we're not going to have an autism fact this week. I think we had one last week. We talked a little bit about the acceptance of all.
We went over that article that Brian got. Thanks, Brian.
Yes, thank you, Brian. We went over the fact that to accept someone, you have to accept them in their totality. So if you have to accept the spectrum, you want to accept their totality. All right. Let me see here. I think Heidi Undead Yarn is done with her pre-orders for the autism awareness. I hope you got some because it was really pretty. The only reason I didn't buy any is because I already have some.
We ran into someone at Maryland Sheep and Wool who had made something out of it, or was making something out of it.
And I don't remember who it was.
I feel like it was a pair of socks. I think it was
but it was
Amy's friend?
It might have been. Yes, I think it was.
I think it was Amy's friend.
And I think it was last year's
I think you're right.
awareness.
I think you're right. Because I was sitting here like,
yeah, I was like, yay! So Heidi, it's going all over the place. All right, please tag your projects, PHN AA 2017. Unless you're doing it for Laura Crochet Hoovian's group, then you do CWPHN AA 2017. I think what she does. And with a hashtag if you're doing it on Instagram. We have 3 other co-hosts. We have ho-hos.
We have ho-hos.
Yes, I love ho-hos. We have Laura Concert from Crocheting Hoovian, who's a Crocheting Hoovian from the Crocheting Hoovian podcast.
Yeah,
right?
everything's now Crocheting Hoovian.
Yeah, only her name, one of them has an A in front of it. I think it's the group. And then,
At least it should be easier to find now.
yes, and then we have Cappy Yarn and I, who is Cappy, and we have Monkey Butt Babies, who's Jessica from.
This tea is really good.
I think it's All a Day's Fun. I think it is.
Fun?
All a Day's Fun. Yes, All a Day's Fun. That's her group. So you need to be a member of any of the 4 groups that you're posting in if you want to be eligible for prizes in those groups. All of us have rules in our groups. Ours and Laura's are identical, with minor
differences.
tweaks. Cappy's is quite different, so you might want to read her group's rules. And I'm not sure about Jessica's. Take a look at her group as well. I don't know if she refers right back to us for rules or if she has something slightly different. You need to check that out. And she does not have a podcast as far as I know. Let's see. That's the group. We have lots of prizes, which we're not going to show because we have Maryland Sheep and Wool things to go over. But we have several different prizes from several different people, and we will thank them again more appropriately next week.
Versus thanking them inappropriately?
Yes, but I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that. You can tell them all over the board. I'm just really tired. Chatter, whips, and FOs will all be on the same thread. And you know this if you've been with us for a while. This has not changed. And it's just easier for us. Okay.
Yeah.
We do have suggestions.
Well, people don't chatter as much if it's different threads. You just don't.
Well, there's too much hassle going one thread to the other. You can't remember what it is you're posting on unless they post it twice.
Yeah, and most people just don't bother to post twice.
Yeah. So
because I know I don't.
So we're glad to have it all in one group. That's fine. We can work through that. Let's see. Cappy's rules. She has 2 different sets of rules, which I've been reading the last few times we've done the podcast. The people participating in the 1, 2, 3 for me, Cal, that I mentioned earlier, and they're making that item for themselves to support her cause for mental illness, and it's knit in a bright color, that is counted for autism awareness. And if you're making the flow wrap in the bright colors, I think there's another wrap as well. I forget what it was called though, because I think one is knit and one is crocheted. That also will be for autism awareness if you do it in bright colors. Check Cappy's group to find the rules for her group because they're a little bit convoluted for me to say and make sense. They are perfect. They make perfect sense if you read them. I just can't make them with my tongue. My tongue that is challenged to form words lately is not going to make sense. So go to that group and see what she has to say.
Some things you just need to read yourself.
You have to read them, yeah. And we have several donators. We have Packing Knits, Yarn and I, Cappy, Family Diva, Mama C, Red Salt Box, Deb's Destiny, Blue Yarn Always, Tamura, Victorian Studio, and I thought I put this in again, but I didn't. Thank you, Packing Knits, for reminding me. We also have a set of autism awareness stitch markers that Packing Knit received from us at a different prize, but she thought it might be a better gift for the autism awareness, so she redonated them. So those are coming out as well as a prize for this Cal. So thank you for reminding me, Heidi. I thought they'd gone out in the last group of prizes, but they didn't. All right, so let's see. I guess we're into rough drafts.
Okie dokie. So, how many do you have? I need to actually pull my show notes up.
9, I think. 1. If you're counting, I'm going to count 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm going to bring this a little closer to me so I can actually read my show
6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, let's see.
Let the counting begin.
Okay.
There we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So you go first.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've had more than you.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had this many.
I feel like you've had that many the past couple times.
Yeah, I guess I'm just doing a little. I had to laugh. It made me smile. Feel very happy when Bonnie told me that even doing one row on a bonfire like that is a lot.
Just want to make sure my shows are showing up.
Yeah. It's a lot of progress.
Okay, so let me take my needle out for a second. I've actually gotten a fair amount of work done on my scrap blanket. This is K Fault's miter square blanket. This blanket.
K fault.
This is K's fault miter square.
But you didn't say. You said K fault.
Yeah, I did. You just weren't listening.
You said K fault.
No, you just weren't
She
listening.
said K fault.
You just were not listening.
Not even your K fu. It was K fault.
You just weren't listening.
I was. No, I was.
Anyway, this is worked off of Kay's recipe, which comes off a video that she has on the patrons group.
Right.
So if you're a patron, you will be able to see this video.
Okay, I hope your wrist is feeling better.
Oh, her wrist is bothering
Yeah,
her?
she's been having some rough time with her wrist.
I'm sorry, Kay. So this uses scrap sport, DK, and worsted weight yarns with the occasional bulky. So last week I had let Mom pick out the Madtosh. She's not allowed to pick out it again for at least another row or two.
My hand smells it out.
So then I didn't realize how close. No, it isn't actually as close as I thought it was. Okay, I put in this yellow.
What's that?
I think this might. This is something that someone gave me for Christmas.
Oh, okay. That might be one of the ones I bought from Mini Skeins or something.
Yeah, this one is from Laura, I think. This one I think is another one from Mini Skeins. And then this one is the Miss Babs that you're letting me use that I'll give back to you when I'm done.
This is the biker chip.
It's okay. I was going to ask if it was biker chip or reishi. It's Miss
Laura,
Babs.
is this the one you bought, or did you buy the reishi? You couldn't remember, or I couldn't remember.
So, for some reason I thought I did more squares than that. I guess I did only the 4.
Well, we were gone most of the weekend.
I basically was getting one done a day when I was saying my morning prayers before work. So on work days it was the only knitting I could get in.
Right.
So it was gratifying. That's it for me.
Okay. You guys haven't seen this project in a while. And you didn't show your bag.
Oh, this I don't even know what this bag is.
It's what do you call it?
I don't think it's a real special bag.
No, it's not. It's a knockoff of it.
Yeah.
It's nice though.
Yeah, and it's one of the few things that's big enough to hold the blanket.
Right. In my Silver Shed USA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think this is an extra large or 2X, I'm not sure. But it's Silver Shed, and I love it. By the lovely Ann Brody. It's a project you guys haven't seen in a while. This is my Avalon shawl pattern from the On the Forest Floor pattern by Simone Carrete.
Yeah.
And I'm using US 7s. These are fixed chow glues on a 40-inch cable. Ooh, that sounds so pretty. Look at that.
And I suggested to Mom that, if she didn't want to, just don't do the twigs.
I'm not going to. I like it without the twigs, and my hands don't want to do the twigs, so I'm not going to. And it's going to look just as pretty. I've got Kelpie, Riptide, and Mermaid colorways here, and I really can't tell you which at the moment because
let's see. Kelpie is a dark one, isn't it? Because you said in order, didn't you?
Yeah, it might be.
So if that's the case, Kelpie, Riptide, and Mermaid.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll tell you for sure later on. But that's what I'm doing. I like the way it's showing up. I'm really excited about this. This has been in my timeout area for over a year and a half. I got this at Shenandoah 2 years ago. And I started it when I got home, and then I hurt my hand, and I put it away. So,
and I finished mine. I think it took me about a year to finish mine.
Yeah. And it's not that hard a pattern. It's
because I had mine finished by the next Maryland.
Yeah, you just barely made it in by the skin of your teeth, I remember. Yeah. But it's a really enjoyable pattern, and I don't think the twigs are necessarily hard. I just don't want to do them. I don't want to do them. Because my gauge is so weird, I don't want to do them. Besides that, I don't hurt my hand.
Gauge isn't really an issue with that, but yeah.
But I'm looking forward to having that done. I hope to have that done by Shenandoah next year, or even by Maryland next year.
Yeah, because we don't have a,
We can't do Shenandoah this year.
yeah.
So, because prior commitments.
Okay, so, this one I can't really show you. I'm just going to show you the bag. So, in my Kitties in the News bag is a secret pattern.
Secret pattern.
Secret project.
Oh. Right.
So,
Okay.
can't show.
Right. Okay. You have so many things going, I can't keep them straight. Okay.
Well, there might be another secret project coming up soon.
In my Mama C Words, Words, Words bag, and this is her big one. Big one.
Big one.
Yes, big one. I love this bag. I love all my Mama C bags. Okay, this is the York the Owl pattern. Her name is Aurora.
I'm actually going to make it through all my tea this time, I think.
I am too. I finished. Where is it? There it is. I finished the head. Here's Aurora's head.
You have a hook sticking out her behind. That looks really uncomfortable. That's just cruel.
And this is the bottom.
Movie
So far.
reference.
What?
Who put the sticks up
Oh,
their butts?
yes,
That's
yes.
just
That's
cruel.
cruel. I know the reference. I thought the one person was literal. So it's not quite, you can say still, I'm on the round and round without increasing right now. So I love this pattern, in case you're wondering. It's probably my favorite Franciscan gypsy design.
Yay.
So I'm having fun with it. And I'm using a 2.5 millimeter. I think that's a C hook.
It should say on there.
Not on this one.
Oh, okay.
See, it says 2.5 millimeter.
Yeah. Okay, you have a different hook. I don't know why I have like, stuff in my eyes.
Ugh. And the yarn I'm using is Deep, Deep, Deep Stash.
Yeah, that's old deep stash.
This is Bella Sarah's Knitting Basket Sport Weight in the Northern Lights colorway. And it's basically alpaca, I think.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Humalia or something or other. And they're online, but they don't sell this colorway anymore. It's like 5 years old.
I would hesitate giving away that owl ever because so many people seem to be bothered by alpaca.
Yeah, no, I'm not giving it away. It's mine.
Gosh, what a shock.
Yeah. I was going to give it away, but like you said, many people seem to be allergic to it.
Yeah, there's just so many people who
Yeah.
seem to be bothered by alpaca.
Yeah.
I guess it's me next. Let me go ahead and weave in here because I'm almost there.
Almost there. Almost there.
Pull up.
Movie reference. Movie reference.
Yep.
Almost there. But that's an old movie reference.
That's an old movie.
Yep. Old. More movie references.
Yes.
Movie reference to movie references.
Yes.
If you get that one, I'll be impressed. Waiting to be impressed. Wow.
Yes.
That's segue another movie reference.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so,
Have to do the proper accent
oh, yes, and the eyebrow.
and the eyebrow. I'm waiting to be impressed. I can't
Waiting
do
to
him.
be impressed.
Yes, impressed.
Okay, so, in my, come here, sweetheart. Silvershed USA,
Autumn leaves.
Autumn Leaves bag, are the Christmas peppermint socks.
You've been spanking its bottom.
Yes.
Or maybe it's blushing.
This is on its bottom.
Maybe it's not its bottom. Maybe it's the top of its head.
That would explain why it was red. Because it's standing on its head then. Anyway, this is a basic rib sock using Magic Loop pattern by Melissa Bayer, using dragonfly fibers in the base dragon sock and the colorway Soul Christmas.
I like the way she did that with the match the bottom and the inside. That's pretty.
This one got a lot of work at Maryland Sheep and Wool. This is actually the sock I worked on primarily because I got past the gusset decreases and was working on the leg, so this was the easiest thing I could work on while walking.
I didn't do any knitting at all. Nothing when I was there.
So, there we go. Just a
Very
little
pretty.
bit of
Just a little bit.
just a little bit of knitting got done. I mean, it looks like less because it is fingering weight. But I was pretty much knitting constantly while I was
Yeah.
there.
We didn't have that much of a line and anything to knit, really.
No, but I was walking and knitting,
Yep.
so. Which apparently is still fairly unusual because I got quite a few comments about that. That is like my superpower.
I love that guy. We were standing at one of the booths, and he was talking about all the stuff about yarn weights and stuff like that. I guess he was a spinner. It was really interesting. I mean, I don't have any really preconceived notions about knitters, but I still sometimes don't really think about a guy spinning. And so it was kind of interesting because he really knew what he was talking about. I should have taken a picture. He didn't have a spindle or drop spindle with him or anything, but it was he was very informative. Okay, enough about that.
Your turn.
In my Kikiboo bag, Holiday Owls bag by the lovely Denise, who is Knitting Dan.
I accidentally hit a link in my show notes, so.
Is my Sunshine and Blue Skies baby hat. Oops.
I broke my show notes.
And I made a bit of progress here. You broke your show notes. So I did do several rows the other night on this, and it's starting to curl, which I like for the brim. And this is two worsted weight yarns, so it's pretty heavy.
You were mentioning you should mention you saw a couple people who were using looms.
Yes, we did. We saw a couple people using looms. One gentleman was using the loom, and he was showing us how to weave with it. I wish I had more time to talk to him about that, but we were kind of in a hurry. And then the other one, we'll talk about that later. But this is, I like the way it's coming out. I do a little at a time. So everything goes a little at a time. So maybe they'll have a lot of FOs at once. What?
Oh, okay. I thought that you'd accidentally left a trail. Okay, never mind.
No.
I just wanted to point it out before you got too far.
Right. And no, I haven't worked on my cowl yet. It's still sitting there in timeout while I figure out what to do with it. Okay, so
there's no point in me threading the needle because it's time to talk about my next project.
Oops. Is
It's
it
bunny?
funny?
There we go. Okay. So, in my Silver Shred USA Batman bag is the Faded Glory shawl. This is Lala's Simple Shawl pattern by Laura Lenneman, using Lady Fernico Creations bulky in the colorway Forever in Blue Jeans. So, got several rows done on this.
I think you need to make a bunny out of that.
Well, if I have any, well, I'm not going to have any left
Not
over.
a bulky one, a bunny. It'd be a denim bunny. There it is. That's pretty.
So,
I like the way the pattern works up in this.
I actually think it's upside down.
Yeah,
It is
you're right.
upside down.
Yeah. Now, Laura said that somebody is selling these on Etsy with a two-sided
She said it's supposed to help with bigger needles, but my thought process is I'm not completely sure how that would,
yeah.
because there's still not enough room in the tube.
Well, it probably makes a longer tube.
Maybe,
They
yeah.
probably have a longer tube, that's all. I think it's a really good idea. It's probably, you know, instead of being, what's this, about 8 inches, maybe it's, 12. And that'll give you a little more room.
Look at my yarn.
Look on my ickle.
So, yes. So I got some work on it.
Pretty soon you'll have a nice warm shawl.
Yeah.
It's going to walk out of her room and never return.
No. No, it won't. I am on the... There's not pretty soon, because I'm on. This is my 4th skein, and I have one more skein after that.
Your 3rd skein.
That's right. 3rd skein, and I have one more skein after that. I keep hoping I'll be on my 4th skein. Not because it's not a fun knit. It's a fun knit. I just want my shawl.
Yeah.
So.
What size needles are you using on that? 10s?
10s.
Okay. Because I'll just make sure I have my 10s ready when because I'm going to do mine in white.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to get some other shawls off the needles because I have, what, a million going?
Now, I'm not actually, I'm basically reading my knitting and figuring out where I'm at in the pattern
Right.
for this. There we go.
I don't feel comfortable enough with my knitting to do that, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
In my Stitched by Mimi Teacups bag is my Bonfire shawl from the KF Jones Sock Knitter Shawl pattern. And I'm using US 9 5.5 millimeter Chow Goo circular red lace. The yarn is the Riishi colorway and Vlad. And I thank the people who like the colors I'm using for this. I'm glad you like it. It makes me happy.
I think it's a really good combination.
I do too. And I did have to debate.
Now, I had to talk you into using the red because
Right.
you wanted to go for something more
Subdued.
subdued. And I was like, no, you need to go for the blam.
I mean, I wasn't against it. I wouldn't have been even thinking about it. It was one of my choices.
Yeah.
Um,
But you initially were going to back off of that choice because you thought it was too dramatic.
let's see here.
And I was like, go bear, go home. And you were like, I like going home.
So that's how it's. Sorry, Tyler.
Stick it
So
in my
that's how
face.
it's working out. I really like it. This is gonna be a huge shawl. I mean, I could almost, I could almost finish it now. It's not quite long enough in the arms, or the wings. Let me see here. But it's coming along. I really like this pattern. But I usually, if I worked on this every day, I could do 7 rows in a week probably, because it's just so long now. But and I am a glutton for punishment because I have another one I'm doing in green, and it's not that I don't like the pattern. It's just that it is long when you get to the
Well, most large shawls are.
yes, and I don't mind that. Kay writes a really nice pattern. I'm willing to do that for her pattern because I really love it. So I'm going to put this in here. Make sure I didn't catch my yarn on that. Yeah. Okay.
All right, let me go ahead and I guess I'll pull up to the rest in a moment. Okay, so
Are we still turning off the...
no,
Okay.
and as long as we can go, unless we want a new cup of tea, as long as we can go, I'm going to try to do this all in one
I
take.
didn't know if that had to do with the card or not.
There was a theory that it had something to do with the card, but I just changed out the battery as well. So
Because I don't want to redo 39 minutes worth of...
no. In the past, when it's happened, the card stopping is not what's made us redo it. So the one time we had to redo is when I didn't stick the microphone in,
Yeah, I remember that.
and we had no sound.
Yeah. But we had to redo that twice.
No, we only re-recorded.
We recorded twice.
The time we had to re-record twice.
You forgot to turn on the microphone and you forgot to turn on the camera.
Yes,
It was the same time. It was the same day.
there was a different day where we had to completely re-record.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember that far back.
And like I said, I think it was another time where I forgot to do the microphone.
Your turn.
So, in my
Big
Plum-
bag.
in my
Plum Deluxe.
that tells the Plum Deluxe socks are in this bag.
Yeah.
So in my Kiki Boo Bags teacup bag is my Plum Deluxe socks, which is Miss L's basic 6-ply sock pattern by Miss L using Lady Furnico Creation Sport Weight.
You want to try that again?
No. Lady Furnico Creation Sport Weight in the colorway Plum Deluxe. So sock number 1's been done for a while.
Yes, it has.
And this one actually got a fair amount of work done on it. I got a little bit too far, so I had to tink back. But I'm now on the heel flap.
Pretty. Pretty.
So
Neat.
yeah, that's about right. So a little bit farther on the heel flap, and then I will do heel turn and gusset to get into the foot.
Now, when we were at Maryland Sheep and Wool, we saw them selling mismatched socks. I know people wear them, but I'd like to be curious how many people in our group would wear mismatched socks. I don't think I can. I think it would make me uncomfortable.
I don't mind if it's knit in the same yarn and it just doesn't quite come up the same.
Right.
I don't mind that, but purposely done in 2 different yarns, that's...
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about wearing
It seems to be a new
completely
trend.
mismatched socks, where one is like green with red heels and toes, and one is red with green heels and toes?
Because it used to be, I remember when I first started, people were like obsessed matching up their stripes and with having their socks matching. And now the new thing is like,
It's like they're one from two different pairs of socks. And I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I don't, personally, they don't have to be completely, like, exact.
I think for a lot of people it's to avoid second sock syndrome.
Yeah. For me, I don't care if they're exactly matchy-matchy.
But apparently that's a trend now with kids in general.
Yeah.
Because, like you saw, they sell mismatched socks.
Yeah. I just don't get that. I couldn't. Maybe I'm a little OCD or OC.
Your turn.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say you were just a little old.
I'm a lot old. All right. In my
Older than dirt?
older than dirt, older than Akla. Okay.
You know, no one's going to have any idea what you're
They're not supposed to. In my Ploverbird's tea bag, teacups and pitchers and things like that. I guess it's actually
Pitchers?
Yeah, there's a pitcher right here.
Oh.
And teapots. Is my Ladies of the Watch project from the Night's Watch pattern by Laura Smoot.
Pitcher's not a word you usually hear that much anymore.
I'm using US 8 5mm Chalgu red lace fixed circulars and Miss Babs Yazwood skein in the Perfectly Reckless colorway. I had been doing this in Victorian Studio Designs yarn that she gave us in the Ladies of PHN colorway, but I wasn't liking the fingering weight shawl. The yarn is wonderful, and I'm saving it for something else. But I went on to I made this a worsted weight instead. Actually, it's more of a DK worsted because it's Miss Babs. I like this pattern. So there's my little marker, one of Maureen's stitch markers. I don't know if you can see it here. Right here.
Yeah, you can see it.
And the way she makes them, you've got to watch a couple episodes back. She shows how she makes this. It's really fascinating. She puts a lot of work into them. So I really appreciate the gift and the donation. I did a few rows on this. I'm trusting the pattern. I can't quite visualize where it's going, but it looks really pretty. She writes a really nice pattern.
Yes, she does. She was sweet and reposted the sock of hers that I'm working on her Instagram.
What was that?
Laura posted a picture of the sock I'm working on in her pattern.
Oh, that was nice of her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's a really sweet person.
Yes, she is.
I'm sad that we weren't going to see her in September. We always see her in May and September because we go to Maryland and then we go to Shenandoah.
Yeah.
But this year we're going to miss them in Shenandoah.
Because we can't make it.
And her husband's so sweet. Poor guy. Here's the camera, Andy. Take a picture. Would you hold this for a second? He's just like, sure.
He's a veteran.
He's such a sweetheart.
Yes. Okay, so, speaking of Laura's patterns, in my Bryony Bear's Dachshund bag are my Lifesaver socks, which is the Finish Line pattern by Laura Smoot.
Is that the first sock?
Yes.
Okay.
And the yarn is Stray Cat Socks in the colorway Lifesaver.
Is that the one Laura concert's starting, or is she starting a different one?
I think she might be starting a different one. I'm not sure. I didn't ask her what one she was starting.
It has some lace in it, I think. I think it has some lace in it.
I don't know. Because the one she showed, the picture I saw on Facebook was barely started.
Oh, okay.
So, I couldn't tell.
My owl. All owls
Oh, you're talking about my stitch marker.
Yes, my owl. All owls are my owls. Very pretty.
So, yeah, Laura was sweet and showed a picture of this on Instagram. I only got a little bit of knitting done on this because, like I said, most of the time I was knitting on the other pair of socks. I didn't want to
Did you take that one?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't want to risk dropping the stitch. I really had to read the knitting a little bit more for walking. I wanted something very mindless for walking. And this is quite mindless and I can watch TV while I'm doing this. But I didn't want to risk dropping the stitch because there's a point, well, it's just in pattern. I know I might drop that stitch. Yes, I like this pattern. I worked on it a little bit in the car before I decided I've been up for a while and needed to take a nap. But
we had a long day.
It was a long day, and I only got about 4 hours of sleep because I don't sleep at night. I probably would have gotten less of that if I hadn't been texting Laura at the time, and she's like, "Are you going to bed?" Yep.
That was my plan all along. Good job, Laura. You did your part. She's a sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's very funny trying to talk to both Lauras
Yeah, because the names are similar. They're not the same, but they're so similar that if you're talking and you just talk, you're not quite sure what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, this is in my Kiki Boo Puzzle Pieces bag, small, is my Because He Asked Me from the Tie Me Up pattern by Burnett Designs Studio. I'm using a US 3 Chalgu Red Lace Circular Interchangeable Needles and Madelinetosh DK in the Shire colorway. I made a fair amount of progress on this time.
Oh, yeah, you did.
So that's
I know you took it with you, too.
Yeah, I took it with me, but I didn't do anything on anything. I was too busy talking. and
you see, I have mastered the art of talking and knitting at the same time.
But I was up and down and doing this and doing that, and
So was I.
No, you weren't. You were sitting.
I was
You were
Mom, I was
sitting.
walking around and knitting.
Yes, but you were sitting.
While I was walking around and knitting?
You were sitting. You were bouncing on your bottom.
Okay, then.
Which was a change from when you used to bounce on your knees.
You just completely made stuff up.
No, you bounced on your knees. Don't give me that look. You did bounce on your knees.
I didn't
Probably why
say
you
I
have knee
didn't.
Problems. Shit. So this is... I like this colorway. This is fun, and I'm hoping I'll get this done sometime in the near future. It's just that it's on fingering weight, and well, actually, this is DK, but it's on size 3s. It takes forever.
As size 3s are wont to do.
Yes.
All right, let me go ahead and...
Who are we talking to? We met somebody over there.
Oh,
She was
it was a
doing
lady in
socks.
front of us in line.
Yeah, she was-
to get in.
She was doing socks on yeah, you're right. She was doing socks on size 1s on DK.
And it's like, oh my gosh, if she ever did fingering...
She's gonna do like a
Triple
triple zero.
zero.
Yeah. I guess she does a really loose gauge.
Yeah.
I can't imagine her trying to do like dance socks or something.
Well, she said doing her husband's made her realize that she was going to have to go back to the heavier weight. Okay, so in my Velveteen Rabbits, whoever the heck made this bag,
That's that. They mentioned it on another podcast.
because I didn't buy this bag. You
I
bought
did.
it for me.
It's something about stories and stuff. I forget exactly what it's called. Does she have a tag on it?
Nope. It says happiness.
Yeah, this is one of her old bags now, because I got that about 4 years ago for you.
So, and there's no tag on the inside.
Yeah.
So,
It's a really well made bag.
yes, it is. My Velveteen Rabbit bag. And I'd tell you who made it if I knew who made it.
It's very sturdy.
It's the Happy Snails Trails hat, because when I don't know what I'm going to name a hat, I just take the colorway name.
If it's workable.
Yes, because I'm clever that way.
I think we all do that.
This is the Bankhead pattern by Susie Gorley, and I'm using Marigold Jen, Worsted Merino Superwash in the colorway Happy Snail Trails. And
Very pretty.
there we go. I mean, I didn't get a whole ton of work
And
on
this
it.
is the January Marigold Jen colorway. I don't know if Jenny had any other months or if she just decided not to do any more months because I didn't see any more. It was like she had January, and I may have missed it.
I honestly wasn't looking.
But I was there looking for something. I didn't see any, like, whatever month I was there. I had seen January, but I didn't see whatever month was that I was there.
Yeah.
Unless she sold out of it, maybe. She could have, I suppose. Because her yarn goes pretty fast.
Does that.
Okay, let me see here. All right, my next project is in my Ploverbird Forest Creatures in the Park bag, and this I think is like a medium. You know, just about a medium. And this is my Samwise Gamgee hat from the Angel Hat pattern by K.F. Jones, and I'm using US 6s and US 7s. I am ready to change to the US 7s. I just haven't done it yet. So this is what it looks like. The colorway is Scenic Route. It's Marigold Jen worsted in the Scenic Route colorway, and this is just gorgeous. Can you see that? It's just beautiful.
It's very pretty.
Marigold
I love how her yarn works up.
Yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. I was so excited she had been to my shop. Made me happy. Had a little fangirl there. But there we go.
You had a little fangirl there?
Yeah. That she went to my shop and looked. So,
She meant that she has a fangirl moment. It made it sound like you were calling Marigold Jen a fangirl.
no. Bookish Stitcher would have understood with her tired mind. She's such a sweetheart. Okay. That's that.
Taking Jeanette's name in vain.
Yep, must do.
Okay, so next, well, I started my part of the Fun Cow. This is Fun the Chameleon. I decided to call this one Mystique because that seemed appropriate for a chameleon, even though it
Oh, you
doesn't...
did change the name.
No, I never had this one
Oh, you
named.
never had a name? Okay.
This is my design, and the yarn is Lady Fern. Oh,
No,
it's not Lady Fern.
It's
I just never changed it. This is
autism awareness. Heidi.
Undead Yarn Autism Awareness for this year. Yeah, I did just never change the name of my show notes, or change the color of my show notes. So there we go. There's the head. Started the body.
Oh. Oh my.
So
How cute.
I'm nowhere near as far as other people.
Brittany. Sue.
But I've started.
Awesome. Okay. Let me see, what bag is it? Oh, I think it's in this one. Let me see. Oh no, it's in this one. Okay. Okay. In my Knitting's My Bag, Monet Serat bag, because it's not really Monet, it's Serat. Sweater size is my Valeria shawl project. Yes, Valeria, your ear's pricking up. It's named after you, because this was a gift from Valeria. And I started it just before the retreat because I thought, well, that'd be kind of a nice thing to start before the retreat. This is the Perfect Retreat Shawl pattern by Susan B. Anderson. And Valeria gave it to me as a 5-year podiversary gift. This little DPN cozy is from Sheila of Never Enough Yarn from her Etsy shop. She gave it to me as a gift. And she is also the one who suggested using it for circulars. So that's what my needles are in right now. And I actually made a fair amount of progress. I only started this a couple days before the retreat, and then I didn't do any work on it over the weekend. So this is the Maryland Sheep and Wool colorway from last year, the 2016 Maryland Sheep and Wool. So that's how. It's hard to show you what I've done here. Can you see it?
Yeah, you can see a little bit of it.
It's not very big, so you really can't see a whole lot. And I really like this shawl. It's basically it's a paid for pattern because it was a gift to me, so I don't want to give it away. But it's very simple. It's basically garter stitch with other things thrown in here and there. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm a little nervous about the part that's not so mindless, but I've got people who can help me, so I'm not going to stress about it.
You got people?
I got people. I got peeps. Let me see here. Did I say that?
You did.
I did that.
I'm kind of ashamed.
I don't know that person. Who is that person? So this color is the Maryland Sheep and Wool 2016.
You're trying to relate.
I'm trying to relate. I've got an old person trying to relate. The ogre colorway? No. This is Maryland Sheep and Wool 2016, and this is Black Watch, which I've been wanting to use for a while. So these are going to go together.
I wonder why it's called Black Watch.
I don't know. There's something about the name just kind of grabbed my imagination. I wanted that. It's very pretty too. It's kind of it's more of a green teal than a blue teal, but that works fine with this. Okay, so it's your turn.
Yes, it is. Let me just catch this loop here. Because I'm weaving in my last end.
Thank you, Sheila, for the cozy, for the DPN cozy. It works really well.
Yes. So, my next project is... There we go. Okay, this one actually is going to be a bit of a surprise because it caught me by surprise. I was looking for a different bag to put my my Christmas socks in. Because it was in this bag, but I needed a slightly bigger bag. So I was going through my bags, and I found a bag, the one that this was in originally, And I looked in there, I was like, oh, I have almost a full sock in here that I started in 2014. So I pulled that over. Instead of ripping it out, I said I might as well work on it.
It's such a pretty yarn. Is that?
This is Confetti Socks, which is a simple skip sock pattern by Adrienne Koo. This used to be my go-to pattern. The thing is, I must not have been paying attention when I first started knitting socks, because this is actually written for a DK. Oh, it's not tied up really.
Okay.
It's written for a DK or sport weight yarn, and I was knitting and fingering, which is why I probably had issues with it sliding off my foot a little bit. So this will be for Davina because her foot's a little smaller than me. And the last ones I knit with fingering weight sock, actually in this Dyer's yarn, in this pattern.
Is that KR Dye Works?
No. She has. This is Wild Hair Fiber Studios
I thought so. Okay.
Pinnacle Socks. No, you didn't think so.
No, I did. I didn't say it because I thought it was, but I didn't say it because I thought, no, I can't possibly. But it does look like her stuff.
Wild Hair Fiber Studios Pinnacle Sock in the colorway Grateful Dye. So this will be for Davina.
Because I said you didn't have any more, so I didn't think it was that.
Yeah. No, I have more.
Do you?
Yeah.
I didn't realize she did other than sock weight.
Yeah, but this is sock weight.
Yeah.
So I'll just continue knitting it the way I would have knit the other ones, and then give it to Davina.
What do you mean the way you would have knit the other ones?
Knit it for my length of foot.
Oh, right.
Because that'll make up for the shorter heel flap.
And she'll love that because she loves anything bright like that.
So.
It's totally her color.
Yes, it is. Because her foot's a little smaller than mine, so. So I'll just finish knitting on that. Just, it seemed kind of a shame to yank out almost a full sock.
Right.
So this is being worked on for the first time in 3 years.
we both brought a couple things out. All right.
I think the length of mine beats the length of yours.
I think you're right by about a year because I think mine was 2015 or 2014. I can't remember which. Okay. I can't show you this.
Can't even say what it is.
Nope. It's in my Mama Sea bag. Isn't that pretty? I love my Mama Sea bag. Stitched by Mimi. This is the fabric of your bag, so get a hold of us. Okay.
So
yours is a drawstring, though.
Yes. Yeah. Catch.
All I can tell you about that project in there is the project's name is Gypsy.
Yes, that's all she can say. And Brittany figured that out by stalking you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did she?
Yeah, she messaged. I told you she messaged me, and she was like, "So, question. What is this?" And I was like, "You're a stalker." She's like, "Yes, I am."
She is. Keep your eyes and ears open, Brittany.
Yes. So, hold on. Catch. I'm trying to weave in an end because I'm literally almost done weaving.
Literally?
Actually, I am literally almost done weaving in this
You
end.
would catch it.
Because I don't use the word literally unless I mean literally, because...
I still think of Amy. One of her pet peeves was Amy from Knitting in Circles. One of her pet peeves was people who used literally too much.
Oh my gosh, it really bugs me because...
wasn't that what she used to say?
I can't remember if she did or not, but...
I think it was Amy.
That's one of my big pet peeves, is when people mean literally, they actually mean like figuratively.
Are they still on Ravelry?
They're on Instagram, I know. I
know they
they're
are.
still on Ravelry. So...
I don't remember what her name was.
His name was DJ Knits a Lot More. Her name was something about monkeys.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the cat's name was Monkey.
Right. See, now you say monkeys and I think of Jessica's name. Monkey Butt Babies.
Yeah, it was not Knitting Monkeys. No, I can't remember now.
I can't remember name.
Froggy Monkey.
Froggy Monkey, that was it, yeah. Froggy Monkey. Something about frogging and monkeys, I think.
But it wasn't Frogging Monkey, it was
No, it's
Froggy.
Froggy, I know.
So...
They need to podcast some more, but I guess they're busy. They did a lot of other DIY
Yes, they
stuff.
did.
They were very hands-on.
So, in my Tree Frogs bag by Silvershed USA, It's a new project. When I was talking to Mom about ways she could restart her work on her shawl, I was looking at my forest floor because I wear it all the time. You've seen it multiple times on the podcast. I wear it all the time out. I love the shape of it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the only thing I don't particularly like about it is the twigs, because my twigs sometimes catch on things.
Yeah.
So I decided that I needed to knit another one without twigs. So one of my goals when I went to Maryland Sheep and Wool, because I looked at my stash and I really didn't have matching colors with enough yarn.
Mm-hmm. You should have asked me too.
I could have, but we were going to Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Yeah.
So I decided one of my goals was going to be to pick up from Miss Babs some yarn for the forest floor, because the yardage was just right.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like changing out the battery has really helped.
Don't say anything.
But this project's name is Nemu, after the Lady of the Lake from Arthurian legend. Well, it's one of the names.
That's
of
the
Lady
yarn
of the Lake.
that Bonnie has of mine.
Because there's Viviana, I think, is one name that the Lady of the Lake goes by. I could be wrong on that, because the name that I've consistently heard has been Nemu.
Mm-hmm.
And this project is On the Forest Floor by Simone Carrete. I'm using Miss Babs Azawetta skein in the colorways Faded, Chirp, and Marine.
It's funny, I'm sitting here listening. I must be half listening because you said Simone Carrete. Like, I have a project by someone like that name.
Good job, Mom.
I never listened to you.
So I bought, this was my first purchase.
This is beautiful.
I am actually where the twigs would normally be.
Yeah, she's a little ahead of me, even though I've been working on mine.
Because this is what I wanted to work on when I got home.
That's what I've been working on too.
Well, it's a very addictive pattern. So this, I'm not sure if it comes across, but this is actually a lavenderish grayish.
Yeah,
blue.
it's a little more purple than it's showing up. Not purple, but like she said, lavenderish.
That's the faded. Chirp is this light blue, and the Davina really loves this bright blue.
So does Daddy.
Which is marine.
Yeah.
So these are not my normal colors.
That's another one that's going to walk away.
Sure it is. But this is what talked to me when I was doing my shopping.
If I finish that red one, we may have to do a trade.
We might. Maybe.
Maybe. No guarantees.
Nope. So
I might not want to.
Because I can see myself making this shawl multiple times with different colors.
For self and for gifts. I already
Yes.
have yarn set aside for potentially doing more of those shawls once I finish mine.
Because it's a really fun knit.
It is.
Particularly once you take out the twigs.
Yes, I don't want to put the twigs in. I like it. The visual interest is enough without the twigs.
Yes, and that's just personal preference.
Yes, I mean if you want, if somebody wants to put in the twigs the way it should be, that's the way it should be. That's fine, but we like it without. Okay.
That's all for my projects.
Okay, we need to go into
Stash and hands.
Yeah. Do we want to? Wait a minute.
I kind of want another cup of tea.
I do too. I'm cold.
Okay, guys. Normally, we just keep going, but we have a lot of stash enhancement, and really, I want a cup of tea.
Yeah.
So, we're going to stop, and then we'll come back.
Okay, we'll be back in a little bit.
All right.
Okay,
we're back. And we had only taken a break, not because of the camera. The camera has been very good.
We're cold.
We were cold and wanted
More tea.
more tea. So.
And you may hear some noise in the background. My husband got home and he's going to be mowing the lawn. So you might hear the lawnmower occasionally. We apologize for that, but there's nothing we can do about it. So,
yeah. The first thing we're going to do is run through stash enhancements.
yes.
And
this is our Maryland Sheep and Wool episode, so there's a little bit of a lot here.
Yeah, and I'm not going to show you all the new camera equipment I got. Before Maryland Sheep and Wool, actually, even though I got this after Maryland Sheep and Wool, I just want to show my Plum Deluxe.
Right.
Got this in the mail today, right before the podcast.
That's because I took it out when I went to church. I didn't leave it in there.
So, got one.
Did you order extra?
I did order extra.
Okay.
He just sent it with.
Yeah.
I ordered 2 other cheese.
Because sometimes he sends a box when he does that.
Yeah. My extra was Vista Blend Herbal Tea. So that's a little one. Then, most of mine are herbals. He did send one caffeinated, which is a good tea, but I have had a little bit of caffeine recently, but not a lot. I'm still testing the waters. This is Delightful Morning Black Tea. It's a really good tea. It's a makes me think of like an Earl Grey.
That's what made me think of when I looked at it.
The others are my herbals. Well, there's one I'm having now, which is the Meadowwalk Herbal Tea.
Which tastes very strongly of lavender and blueberries.
Yes. Then, one of the ones I ordered was Cuddle Time Herbal Tea, which is chamomile, rooibos tea, peppermint leaves, vanilla essence, love and gratitude, no caffeine. And they say cozy up with this relaxing, sleepy tea. Pairs with pajamas and midnight snacks. And it's just got some pretty little flowers in there.
Nice.
So it's just a pretty looking tea. And then Ease Herbal Tea. Push the reset button and find the calm in every moment. No caffeine. And it's got hibiscus, orange peel, rose tips, rubio's tea, peppermint, licorice root, raspberries, milk thistle, passion flower, lavender, lemon balm, calendula, raspberry essence. Oh, this is the first time he's put the no caffeine up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's cool. Good idea.
and then Mango Estate Herbal Tea.
Now that sounds good.
Pour yourself a cuppa for good luck. Honeybush tea, mango pieces, ginger, lemon peel, calendula, mango essence, love and gratitude, no caffeine.
Andy, that sounds like a winner.
So, looking forward to trying these new teas.
And before we go into more session enhancements, I just wanted to say, Brittany, I got this nice little card in the mail today. I'm not going to read it to anybody because it's personal, but it's really sweet.
Personal, private matter?
I do want to show you how cute it is, though. It's one of her homemade cards, and it says something looks cute on it, so I'm not going to do it. But I love her cards. So, thank you for the very sweet note, Brittany. It made my day. Thank you.
Just need to pull. I'm trying to pull some of the first stuff.
Okay.
Up
While
to
you're
the top.
yeah. Okay. We have to kind of organize. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to remember how to show you things.
Yes. Okay. And let me put this down here. Because we wanted to do this in something of order.
So we know what we're doing,
Yes.
where we went, and what we got there.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So starting with Miss Babs.
And I got a little more than I thought I'd get, but less than I normally get. Because this has to make do for us for our specialty out and about fiber festivals for the whole year.
Yes. Oops, there's my hat that I never wore. There.
People don't recognize me if I don't have my hat.
No, they comment on your hat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. A couple. I guess that's everything I picked up there. Okay, so hang on.
Now, in case anybody is in any doubt whatsoever, God bless you. In case anybody is in any doubt of where we went first whatsoever, we went to Miss Babs.
Well, we always hit there first.
I'm sure that's a very big surprise to everybody.
So you saw the first skein that I picked up. The first three skeins I picked up. First thing we did was we grabbed the Maryland Sheep and Wool colorway.
Hold on. Okay. All right. Yes. So this is the Maryland Sheep and Wool colorway.
So Mom's is much more blue. Mine is more white and orange.
And if you remember when we got last year's, mine was much more blue as well.
Yes.
And hers was more orange.
So, no idea what I'm going to do with it. I'll figure something out.
I have an idea, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So. And then my other three skeins, because we each got 4 skeins there. I got this one, which is Terra. And this one, which is Rainforest. And this one, which is Blue Ridge. It's a bit of a theme going on there, don't you think? I was wondering if these three would go together.
I kind of feel like these are too variegated to go together.
So maybe these and one of my ones that I already have.
Yeah.
Like maybe one of my Franklins or something.
And then I picked up Russet for a toy design.
Oh, you had one extra from me then. You picked up 5 Miss Babs.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so that's Miss Babs. Now, the next place that we went to, and we didn't see hardly anybody at Miss Babs that we knew because we went right there, picked up our stuff, and left.
Yeah. Yeah, normally we were standing in line for Miss Babs for a while. We meet up with Laura there.
Yeah. Because we were texting. Where are you?
Yeah, because this is the first year we haven't run into Laura at
Miss Babs. Yeah.
And Miss Babs, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now the next thing we went to was it's called let me see, they have the name on their thing here. Susan's Fiber Shop, and she's right across from Miss Babs. If you're looking at Miss Babs, as you're looking at us, it would be on the left. As we're looking at you, it would be on the right. And over there, we just went looking because we saw the man working on a weaving loom.
And you were looking for needles.
I was looking for needles, and somebody had said that I might be able to find needles there.
And you did.
And I did. I got my Chow Goose. Some of these came in from online, and some of these came in from Maryland Sheep and Wool. So I've got size 5, size 6, and size 7 because I'm making a lot of hats. These are all 16 inches. So I have my hat needles.
And then we saw this guy working on a loom. He was very kind enough to show us. The funny thing is, right before we had come there, the day before on the, I guess that was the 5th. So on the 4th,
it was the 5th because the 6th was Maryland Sheep.
That's right. On the 5th, I was talking to one of my best friends from college because the 6th is her birthday. And she said, well, eventually she'd like to come to Maryland Sheep Wool with me because she always kind of want to learn to weave, but she sees that happening in like 5 years or so, blah, 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 blah. Well, when I saw this guy weaving on this little board, and it's my friend's birthday on Maryland Sheep Wool Day, I was like, this is just, we're not necessarily people who get each other gifts for friendship, for birthdays. We never happen, unless it's something strikes us. And it struck me to grab her something. So next time I see her, actually I need to take the price off of here. Yeah. I'm going to give this to her along with some yarn.
And the man who showed us this made them. I got one as well for another thing to help my hands.
So,
and he had multiple sizes from little tiny 4x4s through like 12x12s, right?
And they're pin looms.
Yeah, and he makes them. So this came from the same place I got my needles.
Yeah. And there's something else. I'm not taking mine out because mine's a gift.
And it looks like it's just needles.
Or nails.
Nails,
spaced
on this, hammered into the loom.
But he tells you what side to start on, what direction to go.
He does. He has the corners.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. That's weird. He has a W here. I'm sure it's all explained in the directions.
Yeah.
Here. And he also, it's called Blue Butterfly Originals Skipper Pin Loom. And they're from out of Indiana. And apparently they have a website. So I'm going to probably be going there to see how to really use it.
Yes, and apparently, their website has like videos and stuff.
Yeah. So that was from them. Oh, my show notes.
And I got more from them.
Yes.
Because...
You don't want to go too much into
I don't want to go too much into detail. But I was going to pick up some of this yarn anyway.
There's a reason behind it we can't tell you yet.
Yes. So... there we go.
Now you might recognize this kind of yarn. This is what I've been using on my looms, for my cowls and things. This is the James C. Brett Marble Chunky.
And I wanted to pick up some of this anyway. So, I picked some up. I was surprised to find it there.
It's super bulky, or is it bulky?
I think
it's chunky. It's chunky. It's 200 grams chunky, which means it's over 300 yards.
No, it's 300. Yeah, it's 341 yards
of
chunky. So
it's a really good deal.
That's really great yardage.
Really good
for chunky. Deal, yeah. I'm just gonna drop it over.
I got mine at our local yarn shop, and not the one in Warrenton, not the one that closed.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, so that's that one.
I just need to drop all the stuff to the side. There we go.
And the next one is Dragonfly Fibers.
Yes. So, that would be here.
Okay.
And they noticed that I was knitting on my Dragonfly Fibers sock while I was at it. I think I just picked up the 2 at Dragonfly.
We actually picked up the same colorway.
Yes.
This is this year's colorway.
Yes.
It's called Billy Goat Trail. And mine's on the damsel base.
And mine's on the traveler base.
Okay.
And the one I actually wasn't going to buy last year's colorway, but I saw someone with it, and I fell in love with the red in it. So I had to have it.
Look at the blue on this. Yours has good blue in it, too.
Yes.
And mine is in the Valkyrie.
And mine's in the traveler.
This is going to be a hat.
My thought is a pair of socks.
Yeah.
So.
This one is probably going to be a toy. Because I want to keep it.
So I'm really excited about
Might be an owl. What do you think, Laura? An owl or a turtle? I think an owl. Maybe a turtle. Maybe a biddy and an owl.
Bunny?
This has 300 some odd yards. Think get a biddy and an owl out of this?
I have to look at the yardage.
300 and...
I have to look at the yardage and the patterns.
Okay, so that's that.
Because I don't have the yardage for all my patterns memorized.
Okay, the next place we stopped at was Marigold Jen.
Yes, let me drop this over the side.
We just stopped Marigold Jen, yep, right?
Yes, we did. I had Marigold Jen put mine in a bag, because at that point I was getting
I put Dragonfly in that bag, too. Okay. And I wasn't going to get anything from Marigold Jen this time around, because I have some stuff I haven't used yet. I love her yarn, I just haven't used it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I got... This is going to be a turtle, probably.
What are the colorways?
This is Kaleidoscope. This is worsted weight. It does. Kaleidoscope and Spun Honey.
And I kind of fell in love with this one, and they didn't have any color, any weight but this one.
Yeah, we looked all over the place. I don't know
this
if she
is
ran out of
bulky,
it.
and it's forbidden.
That's really pretty.
So, I had to have this colorway.
What are you going to make out of it?
I have no idea, I just needed it.
What's the artist total?
Let's see. It'll be 212 yards total.
Well, you could do an animal that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to make a bunny I can keep.
This might be a turtle that I can keep. So that means if this is the turtle, a biddy, the other one will be an owl.
Yeah. I haven't made a bulky bunny.
I don't know if 218 yards is enough, though, for a bunny.
I'll have to take a look and see. Because I've made it out of Heidi's worsted before.
Right.
With yarn left over.
Now, but that was not a bulky. That was a worsted. This is bulky, you said.
Yes, but I should be.
You might have to do the tail in white or something.
Well, the tail would be in white.
Yeah. Do you want me to go out of order and show this, or do you want to show yours first? Because I didn't buy anything from that place.
Well, next would be the gifts.
Oh, you're right. Before our last purchases?
Yeah,
I guess they were. Okay. We got giftses because we have awesome, amazing friends. I think Laura Concerts was first.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
That's not Laura Concerts.
No, I know. I just moving this.
I love my gift. I absolutely love both of my gifts.
Well, first of all, she gave a gift to the podcast.
Yes, she did.
Some Miss Babs Yowza. It was a wild iris.
Does this go to the autism awareness, or does this go to the sweater along?
I think she said the sweater. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask her.
Okay.
Rapturous.
That's beautiful.
Laura, what did you intend this for? Which along? Because you told me and I wasn't paying attention.
She was thinking about something else.
I was so excited to see you that I
know.
didn't
So
really.
She looks so cute with her piggy tails.
Yes, she did. So this is a really lovely purple.
It's coming up as kind of a dark. It's kind of an eggplanty kind of purple. It's really, really pretty.
It is. So I'm going to put it in the bag where all the prizes
we don't know if that's a sweater along or autism awareness. Laura will have to get back to us. Laura, if you haven't seen my message, you need to read your messages because I need you to answer it.
So,
not that it's been up there, but less than like 8 hours. You know?
And she gave me some crochet hook comfort grips.
Was that from Laura or was that from Laura? That was from Laura.
No, that was
That's in my thing with Laura's.
I can't remember now.
Yeah, see, look. It's in here with my thing here.
Okay.
Let me show mine.
Okay, go ahead.
Or is that
These are Laura.
That's all Laura?
This is all. I have more from Laura.
All right, well, let me show. All right, go ahead. Mine's special.
Yes.
Special.
So Laura also made me some.
Did she make those?
You know, I assume she made them, but maybe she did. She didn't. Maybe she was just sweet and gave them to me. These are some DPN holders. Thank you. Drop this over here.
Look at all the minis.
Then Sleigh Ride Fruit Infusion, Sweet, tart, and earthy herbals, nice and rosy as the carolers' cheeks. It's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together.
David's
tea, and this is Laura's favorite tea. So,
although she was the one who got us into.
She's the one who got me into Plum Deluxe.
I think that she goes back and forth.
Yeah. But she really likes David's. Now this is a bunch of mini skeins from Laura, which I'm really excited about.
You're not going to go into them all.
No, I'm not. I'm actually going to dump them in my bag.
There's some Heidi's. There's some
Yes.
Heidi's I saw. See, Laura always does the nice things she labels.
Yes, she does. I'm just going to go ahead and dump it in the bag.
It's like a gazillion little mini skeins.
So, thank you very much. I was needing some more mini skeins.
Now, I got really spoiled as well. And you may have seen this. If you watch her podcast, you may have seen this. As if there was any doubt that I would like this. Plum. It's Plum. Look at him. I love him so much. I may have squeed. Brittany said she heard me all the way in Illinois. So this is just adorable. Look at him. Isn't he adorable? This is in Lady Vertical Creations yarn. So as Laura said, it's a PHN creation. I just love him. He's so cute. And he's not going to stay down here because he might get smushed. Well, he might stay down here, but...
We'll just put him with the other owls.
Isn't he adorable? But he won't be seen.
You put him on top of...
So I love him very much, Lee. He makes me happy. Thank you so much, Laura. If there's any doubt, I love him dearly. And I know what you mean. When I give an animal away, it's made with a lot of love, and it's hard for me to give away my toys. So I understand completely, and I really do love this guy. When I saw you make him, like, that's mine. You can't give him to anybody else. So thank you very much. I love him very, very much. Makes me happy.
Look, here, let me put him with the other owls.
But I can't see him over there.
You can see him in the camera.
Make little whiny Loki noises.
Look at him.
Look at him. He's so adorable.
And he's actually pointing his wing at you.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I
love
it. Next is from Laura.
Laura Smoot,
Yes.
who is also very generous to us.
Yes. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot something from Laura. Those fiddle things that are so popular right now.
I've never seen those before.
I've heard about
I
them.
think that's great, Laura. You have no idea how much she fiddles.
I'll just poke you with it, that's all.
It looks like a batarang.
It is a batarang. So there we go. Apparently she has one that's Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. My coworker and I were just talking about these.
I've never seen one of those. I think that's really cool. For people who can't sit still.
So yes, it's a batarang. She's a Captain America one, and she brought a different one with her.
Yeah, I don't know what her other one was. It was gold, wasn't it?
I can't quite remember what the other one was.
I don't know what it was. It was kind of cool looking. It had more arms.
Yeah.
And now from Laura Smoot,
Yes.
she gave us these little
Yeah, I must have had it in the wrong package.
comfort grips that
Yes.
I was trying to show with the wrong person. These. And then she made, oh, I can't, the amount of work.
Yes.
She made these for us. This is an owl. Look at
the
this.
shawl.
With the shawl. I mean, it matches it looks like my bonfire.
She's really adorable.
Isn't
Mom.
she precious? I got 2 owls. Look at my owl.
Well, she doesn't go on the couch.
No, she doesn't go on the couch. She's going to go on my shelf.
Yeah. And then I have a turtle, which cracked Laura up and
Yeah, Laura, I thought Laura was going to... She was laughing so hard, I thought she was going to get the hiccups.
And
Little hearts.
yeah, Laura put a heart on it for me, so that was very sweet of her.
We have very
Thank you.
talented friends to make us such things. I mean, they're just beautiful.
So sweet.
Thank you so
Because
much.
this is something that
I wouldn't even begin to know how to do this. I don't have the talent for this, and I really,
I'm in awe of the felting.
and I appreciate all the effort that's gone into both of my toy, which I can squeeze, and this, which can look at me from my shelf.
So
I
very
just love
sweet.
them very, very much. Thank you so much, both
Thank
Laura
you.
and Laura. Much
So my turtle's
appreciated.
sitting on top of Mom's turtle right now.
And my owl is sitting right here. You can't see him, but there he is.
Her.
Yes, because she's wearing a shawl. Although apparently guys wear shawls too.
So the next place we went to,
Is that before this one?
yes, that is before that
Okay.
one. We actually went there. We weren't planning on going in.
Right.
We were looking at a sweater on the outside.
Right.
And the lady started talking to us about it.
And she was really nice and very informative, and she gave us some paperwork and
And
everything.
we were like, oh, we should
just
go in.
go look, yeah.
And then we saw this, and Mom went to go and ask about it. This is a Mother's Day gift for Mom.
Isn't it pretty? It's 560 yards?
570 yards.
570 yards. So it's like a Miss Babs skein.
So, while Mom was asking about this, look at all the pretty colors. It's definitely hers. I saw mini skeins, and they were heavyweight mini skeins.
Are they worsted or are they DK?
It's like a sport DK-ish. It doesn't say.
So
all I could tell was that was heavier weight.
We've added this one as a go-to for future.
Yes, because apparently the lady prefers heavier weight.
And if she does the heavier weight skeins, then that's another place for us to go for our worsted.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and dump my mini skein.
I mean, she got like 24 of them.
Do you know Mavitable?
I don't think so.
Call from Virginia. Call.
I'm sorry, guys. Let me just listen to see what this is.
Call
Yeah.
from Virginia. Call.
Because a lot of times they just call and they don't do anything because it's some stupid machine.
Yeah. But they gave me a card. Test
good.
Designer Yarns.
Test designer, and the lady who worked there was really helpful.
Oh, okay, it's a car, people. So we're just gonna go ahead and talk over them.
Yes. Oh, Dad's gonna be irritated with them.
Yes. So, it's Test Designer Yarns, hand dyed in Maine. Oh, they're from Maine.
Oh.
We just didn't feel like pausing the podcast again.
Yeah, we didn't. It would have been a pain in the neck. Sorry about the interruptions. It's just.
So yes, I have a bunch new yarns
I
that
like
you'll be
this one.
seeing.
This one's pretty.
It is pretty, and they all are different.
Yes, they are.
And she says
and
she
they're
is
soft.
She says she just, and that was one thing. I could feel them all before I picked them up.
This is somebody I will be looking up again that I may add to like Miss Babs, Marigold Jen, Undead Yarn, and Dragonfly Fibers because she has fantastic yardage. The price is reasonable, and this yarn is soft. I mean,
Yeah.
this is really squishy.
So I have a whole mix now of the mini skeins. And I'll just be able to reach in and grab. It might be Laura's, it might be the ones I bought. I won't know until I pull it out. So she's going through her weights in there. This was the handout they
Right,
gave
she
us.
gave it. She's a really good salesperson. No pressure, but enough to make you want to walk in. And once you walk in, you don't want to leave without buying something.
Yeah. And the lady I talked to was the actual dyer.
Oh, was it?
Mhm.
Yeah. I would like to have talked to her a little bit.
Yeah, she was the one who was saying that she preferred doing heavier weights and this and the other.
Okay, and my last purchase.
Oh, let me put your yarn back in the bag because you're not getting it yet.
My last purchase, I was looking for dyes, which I didn't find, which was really strange because I can get them at Shenandoah. But I also was looking for bare yarn, but I didn't think I'd find any because I wanted superwash. Well, I did find somebody who sold superwash bare yarn, and it was reasonably priced. This is, I only bought one. It's from Liberty Ridge Farm and Gardens in Verona, New York. And this has 435 yards worsted of undyed yarn, and I'm thinking I'm going to dye this up and make something like a weigh-it or something. I don't have quite enough yarn for a weigh-it, but I guess I could put a border or something of a different color. But this is really soft. It's 100% superwash merino, and this will not be going up at the shop. This will be for me, most likely.
You could use it as a secondary color in the forest floor.
Right. If for the yarn that I already have from Miss Babs, I could check it out and see what color to dye up. Hopefully, it will match.
Yeah.
So that was basic. We did some damage, but we didn't.
Oh, not done yet.
Oh,
Not done yet.
you're not?
No.
What did you buy? Oh, right. Right. I forgot about that.
So, we actually kept wandering and found some opal, which I've been wanting to try.
They didn't have any DK weight, so I didn't buy any.
Yeah, this is fresh and juicy. Nackinger salad.
What?
I can't. It's in German.
Yeah,
so.
it looks like juicy fruit. Gum.
Yeah, so.
Oh, I see. It says right here. Nackinger salad.
So there is. It says fourfach, which I think means four ply, basically.
Yeah.
So this is mine. And then Mom liked this one, so I'm gonna knit her a pair of socks out of this.
Isn't that pretty?
A gift, a Mother's Day gift. So it won't be done by Mother's Day.
No,
but
I expect it to be.
The thought process is,
because I really wanted to try this, but like I said, I even asked her. I said, "Will you be getting any of the yarn as a supplier in the heavier weight?" She said no. So
there we go. And then finally, I know you're like, gosh, good heavens.
but this was something
This was unintentional,
unexpected. Even.
unexpected even. We were just walking.
And not like our looms were unexpected.
No, we weren't even intending to go into a booth. We were just looking. We were thinking about actually eating lunch pretty soon.
Yeah.
We were doing just a walk around because I had a foot cramp. And then I saw this and I literally squealed. I think I actually scared the guy.
And the guy's like, "What? What?"
At the booth. First things first, there was quite a bit of what is it called?
Felting.
Felting. Needle felting there. But a lot of it was fairly expensive.
Right. There were little things, and little things this big were going for like $20. I mean, this little tiny things. Some of them even more.
Yes, and some of them weren't even
As
particularly
well done.
Yeah. But then I saw this, and I had to have it.
Isn't he adorable?
Look at him.
I think he should be called Precious.
Yes. He's got a fluffy tail, and he is just adorable.
And the man was making another one.
Yes.
Because there was a lady who came by and wanted. I said, "Well, if you come back tomorrow, I'll be done with this one."
Yes. Well, she was grateful that I bought it so she wouldn't buy it.
Yes.
He wasn't even $30.
No.
And he is a work of art.
He is absolutely gorgeous.
So, I absolutely love him. I could not walk away without him.
She wasn't going to ask. I said, "Ask him how much." Look, there's a price there. Well done.
Look at him.
I just love him. That's a true artist.
I mean, that's a piece of art.
My husband was impressed.
Yes. So I love my bunny. He's like, "Oh, I also have a fluffier one over there." I'm like, "No, I need this one."
It's a lop-ear. We want like the lop-ear.
And he, like, I was several feet away and I saw him and I had to have him.
Because at first she thought it was a display.
Yes. And Don Vyans Richardson. So I guess he said
His name is...
I guess he said it was his mom who
did this one? Or
I think he was making it.
he was making, because he was making one.
Yeah, I think that she might be the one who preps the yarn, the fiber and stuff.
Right.
Because he knew what he was talking about, too.
Yeah, he hand felted it with Maryland wool. So.
Yes. $27. I mean, it was a little more tax,
Right.
but...
Virginia, no, Maryland. I don't know if Maryland has sales tax.
hand felted with Maryland wool.
You just have to be careful how you handle it.
Yeah. But he's pretty solid.
Like right here.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, be careful.
So... very beautiful.
I love him.
So, I'm going to put him back in his bag for now, but he's going to go on display.
Oh, I didn't notice the pink.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. There's some pink on the inside of the ear. This guy's an artist. I need to find a good place to put him so he can be seen.
Or it won't get swallowed up in her room. My owl is looking at me. I've got one looking at me over my shoulder and one looking at me. This one, Laura, yours is staring at me. Laura Smooth is going...
He looks like he's about to pounce.
Yeah.
She looks like she's about to pounce on you.
He's so cute. They're both adorable. I know my...
I don't want to put my bunny out where I can see him because I don't want him to get dirty with the tea.
Right. And that's why I've got one over here and one over here because I don't want him to be,
And I don't have a lot of space on my table. My bunny's a lot bigger than your owl.
Right. Now, before we go into the Etsy shop and other such things, I just wanted to go into writer obsessions real quick. Author obsessions. I did some writing to the share store. Actually, I did a fair amount of that, and I did the writing prompts for my group. I am about maybe halfway or a little more through the third book of the series I'm reading, so I can hopefully go on to something else pretty soon. But I really enjoy this author, and I always miss him when I stop. So that's it for author obsessions.
I have something. I thought we used to call it autobiography.
It is. Autobiography or about the author, obsessions.
That's why I didn't know what you were talking about. I was like, what's she talking about?
Well, that's what says in my notes here.
Yeah. So, I'm still doing the Great Courses lectures on the history of espionage, which is very enjoyable. Still listening to a lot of Lindsay Sterling. Found the Gothard sisters on YouTube as well, and they are very talented.
But I still like Lindsay better.
Well, it's a different style.
Yeah.
Um,
And the Celtic Women. The original. Well, the original to us.
Yeah.
And they may grow on me. I only watched one video.
Yeah. And podcasts. Jeanette Bookish Stitcher and I were sharing podcasts because she really is into history as well. And I'm still... Myths and Legends is still my favorite podcast, with Stuff You Missed in History Class being close second with, and Stuff You Should Know following that. Picked up Lore, which is a little bit more horror from Jeanette. Not like serious horror, but like kind of strange things. And I forgot to mention, I also listened to The Way I Heard It with Mike Rowe.
Right.
I picked up some other podcasts and passed them on to Jeanette, and I'm going to pass it on to you guys.
Do it in the show notes, though, Ty, because we want to be able to go for a walk later on.
I'm almost done.
How many podcasts do you have?
Queens of England podcast, Irish History podcast, The History of England, Medieval Archives, and the Renaissance English History podcast, a show about the Tudors. So all very good podcasts. Now you can go into the shop. See, that didn't take that long.
First, we forgot to show we got stitch markers.
Oh, yes. You have the same ones I do, so you can show yours.
Got one. Laura Smoot is a doll. She
Yes,
made...
she is.
I don't make stitch markers, and neither does Talia, and neither does Laura Concert. So she made stitch markers for each of us.
Yes.
You can't really see them; they're too small. You just have to understand that these little circles here. This one's Laura Smoot's. No, Laura Concert. It's a.
No, that's Laura Smoots.
Oh, it is. This is her Iggy.
That's Iggy.
Iggy. So we have her
pugs.
black pug and her tan pug, and then she made a crochet.
Because mine's in my bag.
She made
over
a
there.
call box.
Yeah.
For TARDIS for Laura, and she made ours, which is our logo.
Which is awesome.
Where is it? I don't have it on here because.
Oh, you have it in a little bag.
Yeah, I have it in a little bag. She made it for us to give away.
Yes.
And then one of the other ladies, she is use your
yarn.
Use your yarn. I think this is
like
what,
ew, like
Yeah.
ew, like ew.
and she had only one of these when she came, and it's an owl. So I picked that one up. And then one lady, she's a member of our group, and I can't recall her name, but it's Flame and Fiber Podcast, and hers is a glass blown. I think that's what she said.
Yeah, I think that's what she said
And
too.
it's really pretty. It's delicate. It looks like a little flower.
Yes.
So we got quite a few stitch markers, and then Amy. I actually ended up with two of these because Laura picked up one for me as well. Amy from Stockinette Zombies gave us a pen.
Yes, mine's
The Silver Shed USA
yes,
pen.
which is exciting.
Which is Anne. So we have that.
Yeah, Anna put Amy to work doing stuff for her.
Yes. And we thank Anne for causing Amy to come look for us. 'Cause
Yes.
I don't know if Amy knew who we were at first. And this is from
Even though
the-
we totally knew who Amy was.
Yes. This is from the Drop Stitches podcast. I don't think you can see it very well, but Drop Stitches podcast. And this one is Bookish Stitchers. That's Jeanette's. I have to put it on my butt now.
There we go.
So those were from the... We didn't go to the actual stitch marker exchange. I wasn't even sure what that was.
Or when it was.
Yeah, in the past, every time I've seen people with stitch markers and stuff, it's been during the podcaster meetup, so I wasn't really too concerned. So I, probably missed out on some of them, but that's okay. I got a few of them. All
And
right.
it was... I love the ones we got.
Oh, I do too. They're amazing. Absolutely wonderful. I love the ones Laura made.
Oh my gosh, that was so sweet of her.
And I love the little owl, and I love the little glass balloon. I love them all. And I love
Yes.
the buttons. So, okay. Now, do you have anything else?
You said shop update.
Yeah, but do you have anything else? Okay. Except for, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I do have a shop update. Well, will be a shop update. This is... Now you're going to say, wait, I saw this last week. And it's true, you saw these colors last week. This is Magic Lagoon, and this is Good Morning Sunshine. But this is an MCN. This is one of my shawl skeins, okay? This is a shawl skein. It's MCN 80-10-10 superwash Bermuda cashmere nylon, 600 yards, fingering weight. Blue, Magic Lagoon, and Good Morning Sunshine. So this will be going up in the shop. This yarn in the pictures looks like it has a little blue in it. It does not have any blue in it. My husband tried and tried and tried. No matter what he did, it got kind of a blue cast. There is no blue or gray in this skein at all. It is all yellows and kind of an orangey, tangerine kind of color. There is no blue in either this one or the fingering weight, the regular, not fingering, DK weight. So this one will be going up in the shop very, very soon, as will this. They are shawl skeins, 600 yards, MCN 80-10-10. So if you're interested in it, it'll be up in the shop soon.
So that leads us on to final news. Let me just do my decrease here. Laura Concert knows what I'm about to say.
Yes, she does, because she wheedled it out of her.
Yeah,
her Laura-nesses.
I just couldn't not tell her.
Because I tried to make her, and I said, what the heck.
And that was before Laura Smoot joined us.
Right.
So Laura didn't end up getting in on the secret. So this is the first time Laura gets to see this as well. There we go. It was
George saw it, though.
George saw it.
George is Laura's husband.
So
he's going to be really surprised when he hears his name on the podcast. Crazy women.
So there we go. Pattern release. Not release. Pattern
Reveal.
Part of the secret projects have been, we have Mom's working hers and testing, and I've got my tutorial one on the way. This was an idea that I got from Vonnie. And I'm not sure if Vonnie remembers even suggesting this.
We get a lot of ideas from Bonnie.
But this is Tara the sea turtle.
Isn't she something? Look at this. Look at me. Look, Laura.
So she can lay flat like this, or she can flop.
Like a cat, you can grab her little scruff of the neck.
So
She's adorable.
she is probably one of my favorites of the turtles. And the hope is for her to be available by the time we do Tortoise versus Hare. Her name comes from a legend. I believe it is Indian, not as in like Native American Indian, but as
India.
in India Indian. You will see there are old sketches, old drawings of a giant sea turtle with elephants on top of the shell, holding up the world on their trunks. And that image is what Tara is named after.
And all the yarn is Miss Babs. This is
Yes.
the Maryland sheep and wool that I'm doing my Valeria shawl. You can see how
Yes, this
different
is
it
last year's Maryland sheep.
You can see
wool.
that she has more red and orange where I had more blue.
And these other, this is Bear, Miss Babs down here, and this is Calendula, something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's not roasted pumpkin, is it? Because
No.
it's too orange to be roasted pumpkin.
so, I feel like I'm about to sneeze, but there she is.
Isn't she special? God bless you.
Not gonna come. Okay, so I'm very happy with her. I've been really excited about. I finished her actually very soon after the last podcast, which is usually what happens for me. As I finish a design right after a podcast. So I hope to be starting a new design pretty soon, but I want to get the tutorial toy done first because I really want this available in time for the tortoise versus hare. Even though she's not technically a tortoise, she's a turtle.
It's okay. Tortoise versus hare includes turtles.
So
Very nice.
there she
Because
is.
technically a lop-eared bunny is not a hare either. It's a bunny
Yeah.
rabbit.
But
It's cute.
she is definitely a different design from the previous. Because when you had asked if I could add longer arms to Timmy, my thought process is, but she's not scared like Timmy. She needs a longer head. She doesn't have her head inside the shell. Her eyes aren't quite as wide because she's not terrified. She needs to be different.
I'm trying to see my Timmy.
Because
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
let's
Well, wait, here, Biddy will work.
yes.
Although Biddy has a little bit longer neck, I think.
Well, your Biddy does. My original pattern
It's
does
okay,
not.
but you can get the idea of the.
The Timmy turtle. Now, Mom's is a little bit longer neck, even though it's not what's intended. But
Yeah, I miscounted. That's all.
so normally the head is in a little bit into the shell. You've got the big wide eyes because they're scared, and the front legs are only partially out of the shell because he's about to go. Floop, and that's why the back legs and the tail aren't out. With Tara, there's no terror here. Her tail's out, her flippers are fully out, and her head is fully out. Her eyes are just normal.
She's swimming.
Yes.
Just swimming.
She's not particularly thrilled about being held up this way, but yes. So she's just a fun.
No, this is fun. Where you go? Here it is. This is fun.
Yes, he's fun. But this is kind of addictive.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go for a walk, so she needs to stop playing with that. Very pretty.
So I hope that you guys like her design as much as I do.
Okay, well, I think that's it, unless you have something else. Okay, we're going to call it a podcast.
Yeah, I think almost 2 hours worth of podcasting is.
Yeah, sorry about the length, guys. We will hopefully see you next Monday, right?
Yeah, I wove in all my ends.
Yes. Remember, if you are wanting to get in on the podcast goodies, if you've been watching, you're not a member of the group, you need to be a member of the group. And if you want to do it, you have to do it relatively quickly. In fact, by the time you see this, it might be closed. Because I'm locking the thread sometime Monday night.
Yes.
Or Talia will. If I go to bed and I forget. So keep an eye on it. You might get a little extra time if I forget. But at the very latest, it'll be locked tomorrow morning. So check out what's on offer. We have 7 prizes. They're all really nice prizes. So if you want a chance at them, you might want to go look at the threads. Because
Yes.
after I lock them, they're done. Okay, so we hope to see you. Well, first of all, we wish you a week very full of blessings and good things and crafting and whatever it is you like to do that makes you happy. And we hope to see you back here at the PHN Fun Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen Hook and Needles podcast, episode, what is it? Episode 258, and that's a wrap.